one on a podium and students inside of it. This is in the 14th, paying attention, some chatting, some not paying attention, some asleep. It seems that even at this time, a lot of one transformation of the people, the publishers and owners of the content of textbooks, or to have your bag stolen with your textbook online, or to walk in the rain and all, it gets ruined online. So it gives you a persistence and a consistency of that. Education, supported by the Ministry of Public Administration, Digital Transformation, and its agencies and others, including the private sector and the service providers, seeking to provide global coverage for broadband communication. So now you have a vehicle on which it can reach. The same ministries and so on are partnering with other people like professional. Sets out what would be part of a redefined from the teacher, everything. The teacher, the class, say the question do very well, or when your broadband connection doesn't work. In a blended learning environment, it meets infrastructure sitting in there. How should it change? All of these are questions that have to be answered and questions that we have to address in terms of how we're doing it, and they are being addressed. But they can focus on the key thing that they have to do, which is teach. People think that the technology can excite young students. People say, well, way up, students are accustomed to it. Some say, well, yeah, but if you get too into teach at the primary school level, there's a blended piece of that in between.
Dr. Honorable Nian Gadsby-Dolly.
Alderman Joachim, Minister of Public Administration and Digital Transformation, Members of Parliament, leaders of the media. I begin with a quote. If you don't know where you are, then you don't know where you're going. This evening, as we focus our discussions on where we are, where we were, received to where we are in education. We are at a crossroad of understanding. How do we transform this sector to meet the needs of learners in 2020? All states and avenues be created for corporate Trinidad and Tobago, NGOs, and willing and qualified citizens to impact the lives of our children through the education system. In the face of all the changes the world is facing, the government views it as critical that our population has a say in how we discharge our responsibility to deliver to our future leaders our world the opportunities in our quest to improve. Even in difficult times, the National Community Tertiary Institute program are reasonably affordable to citizens. And even in difficult times, the national budget has maintained its share towards education sector. So though we are and holistic, we must also celebrate our progress along this road, as does learning itself. Again, the term transforming encapsulates constant movement as we set out in the next few years, as critical as the incorporation of technology into the teaching of schools. That system for Trinidad and Tobago of the United States. As obtains in provide the well-off, the poor, the vulnerable, the weak, our children must achieve, and we must make it so. Consultation on Education 2020. We must needed to close the from our 2020 experience, namely the conduct of the SEA, which is secondary exam, secondary parents, and of course, even the format of this consultation